You're listening to I Am a Pain Patient with Myleanated. Hello, and welcome to another episode of I Am a Pain Patient with Myleanated. This week, we are talking about your nervous system, Nervous System 101. And before we get into your nervous system as it is, let's talk about how it works, okay? So this week is going to be very heady, but it's also going to be incredibly important, especially going into the holidays here, to equip us with the language that we need to advocate for ourselves, to advocate for health and wellness, to advocate for understanding with our friends and our family, and to build better connections through being vulnerable with intelligence. So let's talk about our brains. There are many parts to the brain. I'm sure you're aware. But I'm going to talk a little bit about each part of the brain to kind of give us an overview of how it works. So we have a premotor motor cortex that organizes and prepares us for movement. Our cingulate cortex works on concentration and focusing. The prefrontal cortex is geared towards problem solving and our memory. The amygdala is fear conditioning and addiction. That's kind of like one of those ones that gets hyped up a lot. But we think about adrenaline here. So sensory cortex is another part, and that works towards sensory discrimination. And then we have a hypothalamus/thalamus that works towards motivation, our stress response, and our autonomic regulation. So being regulated, feeling well overall. Our cerebellum goes towards movement and cognition. The hippocampus is memory, spatial cognition, and fear conditioning. And our spinal cord is geared towards gating from the periphery. So it kind of gives everything a unity. At the base of our spine, there's a dorsal root ganglia. I like to think of it as a loading dock. It's where all of our neurons are sent before going to the brain. And the brain receives all this information through myelinated nerve fibers, and then it has a little powwow with each part of our brain. It takes every part of our body and what we need to thrive into consideration. And so with this, efficiency is the goal, because the fight or flight response is our body's most advanced protective system of your body. So it's geared towards, okay, how fast do we need this information? How fast do we need to make a decision about this information? And so those neurons that get sent through the myelinated nerve fibers to your dorsal root ganglia can be tagged. They have Neuro Tags. And so it helps send these messages from the parts of your body with efficiency. So when I was going through chronic neck pain recovery, I had to be aware that my body had a lot of Neuro Tags geared towards nociception, which is the danger sensors of the body. Every couple of days, your body regenerates sensors. And so if it thinks you're in danger, it's going to send more sensors geared towards that danger signal. And so for my neck pain, I had a lot of sensors geared towards the motor processes of my neck and shoulders and my head. So like the chronic migraines that I had were also tied towards this exacerbated symptoms that I had towards the chronic neck pain. So being aware of Neuro Tags can really help us as we navigate towards a new normal, towards health and wellness. So once we kind of understand how the brain works, we have to think about all the systems of our body that, again, are geared towards health, wellness, and thriving. So we have a motor system that is geared towards fight or flight. It's geared towards protecting us. That motor system is the most advanced protective system that we have. It's why we survive. Your endocrine system mobilizes your energy stores. Pain production motivates escape and gets you to seek help. Your immune system fights invaders and promotes healing. And I thought that was so interesting because you don't usually think of your immune system as promoting healing. So with my chronic neck pain, just like retraining my brain to think about my body doing its job. So exciting. And then your parasympathetic system, it's geared towards nourishing and healing. And that's that rest and digest mode. It's the goal. It's what it looks like when your body is thriving. We want to be in rest and digest, which is that parasympathetic system. So as we're moving forward towards our goals of health and wellness, we need to take into account how our brain works and how the systems of our body cooperate towards health and wellness. Because the most advanced protective system that we have in our body gears us towards seeking health and wellness, towards rest and digest.